is a little wild and crazy, but we had to talk about it because Elon Musk tweeted this tweet about their xAI's Edge AI vision. And basically what he's talking about is that, which is really wild, he claims that xAI wants to bypass operating systems and even apps by running AI directly on your phone or laptop as an edge device. Imagine your device not opening an app, but the AI itself generating pixels and audio in real time. No app store, no plugins, no WordPress site, just the model.
All right. We got to unpack this real quick.
Yeah. Tell me,
unpack this.
What does it all mean? Yeah.
That's a lot. So his actual tweet was, he says, it's an easy prediction of where things are headed. Devices will just be edge nodes for AI inference as bandwidth limitations prevent everything from being done server side. So what is Edge AI? Edge AI is the movement of the computing power from these centralized data centers out to your devices, to like your phones. The phones are doing the computation, not some big data center. This is possible because of advances in chip design and all that stuff. This is interesting to me because the hardware trend has been that like, okay, well, we keep increasing computing power. Now we're going to get these big data centers that are dedicated to AI computation, but they have to design these data centers with many, many millions of simultaneous calculations in mind. That changes the parameters. But if we realize that, you, Olga, are going to do a certain number of computations that's much, much lower, it's possible to have a chip on your local device that can handle all this. Like you don't really need that much computational power. And it really solves the problem because, grid computing is much more complicated than in one node computing. So the chip advancement is going to make it realistic for us to have our own computational power in the palm of our hand. And so it makes sense that a lot of AI stuff that's relevant to each human is going to happen just in the palm of your hand. Now, he says they want to run AI directly on your phone as an edge device, and your device doesn't open an app, but the AI itself generates pixels and audio in real time. What he's saying is there's not an app for that. The app is going to be rolled up in response to your query. Extremely high specificity. The apps that we use today are designed to like, okay, this one's for disc golf. Anyone who does disc golf is going to like this set of features. But again, not everyone uses the entire suite of features. And maybe you want some stuff that the app doesn't offer. So you would prefer to roll your own. This is what's going to happen. The apps are going to be generated in real time based on your prompts. It's not really apps. It's just the interfaces and stuff and data and information that you want is going to be able to be rolled up in a package that's made just for you. And it's just going to be done on the fly. It's not like you're going to open, I don't know, what would be a good example of an app like this? Like Venmo is not a good one because that's like running money through a system. But, you can imagine some of the stuff that you use, like a note-taking app. Like there's really no reason for this.
Well, okay. So if that happens, right, it could disrupt what McKinsey has called 1.5 trillion app economy by 2030. And it's not pure fantasy. MIT studies show that Edge AI can actually be 50% more energy efficient than cloud inference through real-time rendering at scale is still very speculative. So I don't know if 2030 is like, I kind of ran some kind of simulations. They say, feasibility 1 to 3 years, it's early prototypes, 5 to 10 years, hybrid systems, and then 10 plus years, speculative but possible. Apps disappear, replaced by AI-driven interfaces. When I see crazy things like that, like because I will obviously kind of stop me in my tracks, and I have a lot of respect for Elon. You can love him or hate him, but clearly he's doing some crazy things out there. When it comes to the future, I think I told you the story the other day I met Futurist about 20 years ago when I first came to the States, and when he was kind of sharing with me, like he was working on Ford car prototype, and back then in 2004. They had like red arrows on the mirrors, flashing, like to tell you if the car is changing the lane, it's going to be dangerous or not. And I remember that was 20 years ago thinking, that is crazy. How would it know? Well, now we have self-driving cars and things are beeping at you all around. But 20 years ago, the futurists already were thinking about how to make this happen. And so when I asked him, what's the secret to creating future? He said, you never create the future by looking directly at the thing that you're creating. you're looking at the whole set of things that are touching it. And I'm like, so when I'm seeing Elon talking about it, part of me goes, but what if it is real? Right? Like, what if he's creating the future? What would happen? And so that's why I wanted to sort of like dream about it, because if that's the reality, what does it even mean for web? I don't know. Like, that's crazy.
It's this movement towards super specific, high specificity. We've been operating in a low specificity environment. We're heading towards high specificity.
But how do you even build for that? Like, that's the question. Like, how do you build for that?
Well, we'll get into that. But the whole like, you know, McKinsey's prediction about a $1.5 trillion app economy by 2030, there's no way that the app economy continues on the positive trajectory that we have seen since 2008. No. There's no way. The reason why there's no way.
My apps, like, please.
The reason why is, you know, you look at any iPhone power user and they got 7 pages of apps. You can't keep track of all that crap. You ain't using all that. You're not. So you got that. So it's like the subscription fatigue thing. It's like, you know, we have these 28 active subscriptions to software and streaming services and all this other crap. Like, who can keep up? You know, at the end of the day, you're kind of just tired of it all and just want to hit cancel on everything. So if AI offers this ability to roll up something exactly when you need it that suits your exact needs, that's clearly going to beat out this, just have this app in case you need it. Just download another thing. Just have another freaking login. Like, this is the frictional difference is so easy to see. And like, it's clearly going to move in this direction of the specific rollouts from AI. There's no stopping that train. Apps are on notice.
Do you see the visual of what that looks like?
Do I have a visual?
Yeah. Like, what do you think that looks like visually?
So I think you'll open your phone, you'll do a voice prompt, you'll say, hey, I need this right now. And it will give you basically what you need. What you get could be sort of an amalgam where it combines things like, okay, you're going to use, you're going to put in this information. It's going to tell you your train schedule, and it's going to figure out how you're going to take the trains you need to get through New York to get to this place you're going to. Here's a link. You're going to have to buy tickets before you get to this place that you're going to, because they're not going to just let you in. The lines are going to be long, so you need to purchase ahead. Here's the link for that. And it's going to give you a stepwise thing, like do this, this, and this. Whereas you might have previously, you know, had to download like the Long Island Railroad app or something to figure out your train schedule. You go to like whatever museum you're going to, maybe you need an app or some goofy thing to go get your tickets. You know, you have to go through this long-winded process. Like, it's all just serving it up exactly what you need to get through your
what
trek.
Would we